Remind me to tell you about that call.
Well, you don't know what I'm talking about because I don't know what call you're talking about.
Today that I sent you the voicemail of.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm supposed to go to Facebook now.
It would be helpful. I don't know my Facebook password.
That's not cool.
So I can't share it today.
Wow. Where your phone at?
Upstairs. It's about to die.
Interesting. You just unprepared.
You can tag me in your share.
It ain't gonna show up on your page, is it?
I don't know. I don't
Don't
think
you
I
gotta
have
like approve it?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I already shared it. It's too late. You missed the train
Yeah,
left
well.
station.
Let's see if the warm weather affects our attendance today. Boy, don't sis me. Now I got that song stuck in my head.
White guy radio voice.
Are you on the live?
You are now listening to the
live?
sound of.
Says
No.
we have one viewer. I'm trying to see if that's you.
Oh, it might be.
I
mean, I'm not on it. What's going on, family? Let us know when you're here. Sign in. Tap in. Let us know you're here. Also, share it, please. Let people know we on. 8:30 EST. That sound just works with everything. That makes everything exciting.
It doesn't.
It does. I can play any song and do the air horn, it'll work. We'd have two if you had your phone.
I don't want the two people to be watching it, me and you.
It helps the algorithm know, like, push them out. They got two people early. I'll make a deal with you. We don't get more than 5 people. We sign off. We get our night back.
Period.
You with it?
They gonna be here talking to ourselves.
Oh, man, that hurt.
Hey, Renee.
Oh, wow. Yep. I guess I can't do that, huh? My bad. DJ. Bad DJing.
Hey, Brittany.
What up, Brittany? Welcome.
You gonna say hi to Renee?
What up, Renee? That's my bestie from back in the day. I freestyled this. I was pretty proud of myself. They don't know what I was talking about. Mumbling.
Hey, Jay.
Jay here? But that's all we need now. We rolling now.
Who is this?
Taylor. Old school Taylor too, like 2016 Taylor.
Renee said we was definitely besties.
He definitely was. That's my dog. Still my dog.
Hey, Nurse Margie. I know it's been a minute. You haven't been here all season 4. What up? Says, nah, we're right back because this episode is a doozy.
Who said?
That's what Jay said.
Nah, I told Rob he couldn't come to the lives no more.
You did not.
I did. I said he banned. He played too much.
He don't listen.
Rob, my thought. He definitely he messaged me after the episode talking to me about it.
Like the episode that aired. I mean, like
Every
the
time we
Tuesday
post an episode, I can count on Wednesday. He's gonna hit me up talking about it.
You gotta tag him, Jay. I don't know where he at.
Yo, that's crazy. Y'all got UK connects? Dang. I feel in them.
I ain't see you say hey, Marcina.
See
Aaron Robinson just said squad. He done showed up. Yeah. Where did you say hi? Oh, I see it now. Sorry. My Russell's not in the live and my thing is a little delayed. What's up, girl? Hey, Danielle. Jay says I need someone to banter with. I can't tag him because we ain't friends. Well, y'all gotta be friends. Oh, you just inboxed me, Danielle?
We got more than 5 people?
It's 12.
Hey, welcome.
It's 12. Robinson says, get to the discussion about crying during makeup sex.
We're going to get to it. We're going to get to it for sure. We're going to get to it. That's Robinson?
Yeah.
Nah, I can't talk to him about it. He ain't safe.
He said, let's talk about it. Marcina said, all's forgiven. Thank you.
When you say SCX, put the G on it. Segs.
When I say it on this?
Yeah. So be live on YouTube, right?
Yeah, but YouTube doesn't care about that.
Yeah, they do. That was one of the main words.
The whole sex episode. Nothing has ever happened to that. Nothing has ever happened.
That's
to
because
that.
we put it in the whole word. You know, like we put sex.
No, but we say the word all the time in the episode.
We do.
Stop listening to your little video.
Nah, I just want us to win out here. I'm gonna turn up real quick before we go.
You forgetting a key component. You got Jesus. We always gonna win.
That's true. I feel good.
Yes. Oh yeah. We've been on here. I don't know where y'all was at. We've been on here since 8:33. You ready?
This song's almost going off. Let me just have this. It's my jam.
Y'all know Russell notorious for playing songs.
What's going on, y'all? What they never told us, we back. Y'all know what this is?
Gunshot?
Realest podcast in the world. You know what I'm saying? We here.
It's a lot.
I'm sorry. Just gotta let me have it. Let me have my moment.
It's a lot.
I'm sorry. I was feeling it.
Hey, he says, no, we don't believe in no jinx. I ain't knocking on no table.
What up, y'all? How y'all doing? Everybody sounded off?
Yes.
All right, we gonna get started here. Here with the episode. Welcome to another kickback. Family. All right. You ready?
Be ready.
You doing it this time or what?
It's my turn.
Huh?
It's my turn.
You did it last time.
I said it's my turn. I'm affirming that it's my turn. Hey, everybody. What's going on? It's your girl, Brandy.
It's your boy, Russell the Fourth.
And we are back with another episode kickback for the What They Never Told Us podcast.
Ooh. Welcome.
I've had enough of the air horns during the pre-show.
Listen, me and Brandy had this ongoing debate. Is there a more hype sound than the air horn? Like, say anything. Watch this. Say anything.
You stupid. No, and you hit the wrong button. Just proving my point and showing that the air horns are so unnecessary.
You got to do the hand clap first.
No. Okay. Anyways, we got our family in the building, so let's do some shout outs. We have Renee and Brittany, Marcina, Jay, Nurse Margie over on YouTube.
Come on.
Mr. Robinson's in the building. Danielle's in the building.
Yeah.
Ashley Caldwell's in the building on YouTube. Who else is up in here? Tamika Harris. Hello, that's a name that I'm not familiar with. What's up, girl? Christina Thompson, Jamiko Collins.
Come on.
Hey, y'all. What's going on?
Did you already got? Oh, you already said Jamiko?
Yes, I did.
You said Tamika?
I did.
Man, I like seeing new names. Welcome. Hi, family. If this is your first time in the Kickback Live, let us know, okay? Glad to have y'all here. Y'all know how we do it. For those of you guys who are regulars, if you guys have already listened to the last episode, thou shalt not masturbate. Let us know. Have you listened to the episode? Have you not checked it out yet? Let us know in the chat.
Russell's on this kick where he's trying not to say provocative words. So he thinks he's going to get us flagged. And I'm already irritated.
I just went down the rabbit hole about shadow banning and all the words you're not supposed to say because the algorithm will block you. Masturbate.
It's a little
all the LG letters that you can't say after that. What else?
I don't know. Fatherless.
Sex.
So Jay's trying to get some more people in the building. So thank you. If there's anyone else who you think would enjoy this kickback, please tag them.
Come through. Sierra here. I see her name and she's watching. She ain't saying nothing, but she here.
Oh. Ashley says, heard it. So yeah, this episode was, I don't know. I don't think we planned on talking about what we actually talked about. We came down here with an idea.
We had a loose direction.
We switched it. Well, I thought we switched it in the intro, and then it kind of went to something else.
Oh, the whole episode was supposed to be about that?
I thought so.
Oh, wow. I missed that part. I thought that was just like intro convo. I don't know if I didn't, at least I didn't see how that was. I don't see how.
I'm going to tell you later because I want to talk about it again anyway. So.
We ain't gonna do it here?
No, not on this. Because that ain't what the episode was about.
So for
Sierra
those
Franklin, hey, new follower. Hey, welcome to the kickback.
What's going on? Welcome. Round of applause to you.
All right, so who listened? Who watched it? Robertson says, watch the episode. It was fire. Ashley says she heard it. Anybody else listen to the episode? Because we need to know how deep, no pun intended, we need to go.
That's nasty. You're disgusting. Okay.
If you didn't listen.
Calm down.
Because you're being so conservative, I'm going to be so raunchy.
Don't say that word.
Just shut up.
Say aunch.
No, I'm going to say raunchy.
Don't do it. So if y'all don't know why she's being like this, the intro conversation, and apparently this is something that we're going to have to dedicate a whole episode to. We probably need to have, when we have our guest on, talk about that.
Nah, she's going to be more informative. I got a list.
But
of
I
questions.
need that though.
We can answer that. That's not what I wanted to talk about. So just keep going.
Okay, but we had our first encounter with makeup sex. I'm trying to put a G at the end because that's one of the words they ban. We had our first encounter with it. My first time ever in life. Her first time ever in life. And listen here, it was just different. It was different.
Well, y'all should have just that goes on the list of the things that they never told us. Y'all should have told us about that. Y'all married couples or y'all people who've been in long-term relationships and know what it's like to be beefed out for a season, for a second, for a couple days, whatever it is, and then y'all let it go and y'all actually make up. Not like I'm putting the sex Band-Aid on it because I'm tired of her having an attitude.
There's a difference. There's a difference where you just do it to just like break the awkwardness or break the tension. It's like, all right, come on, let's just get over it. Let's just this will fix it.
Or one person thinks that they can F the other person happy, like I'm gonna F the attitude out of them or the attitude out of her.
Say another word.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, like.
But y'all don't really talk about the issue.
Yeah, it's different when you have genuinely come to some peace about the issue, and then you just kind of come together as one afterwards. Like you bring back the closeness. That was different. It's always emotional, but that was a different level of emotion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I professed on the episode that I am typically a crier, so it wasn't abnormal for me. I think it was more intense for me to cry this time because I really felt like legitimate remorse for acting the way that I did. And I was happy that we were able to come to some like agreement and then seal the deal. So yeah, but when I realized that he was also crying, then I think I started to cry harder.
Now here's the thing. I'm not that. At least not in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? So was that I'm trying to say this without putting your business out there. You're used to that in our dynamic, or is
Absolutely.
that? But
no,
it hasn't been like a
dynamic.
thing throughout your
Yes.
life. Okay.
Yes.
So for me, that's never been a thing. I cry everywhere else but there. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm emotional everywhere in life. So, like I don't got no like reserved banks of emotions stored up. I let it out. So for me, it was just, I felt extremely weird about it.
Okay, so who in the chat, so we don't make this completely about us, who in the chat has had an experience where you all have an experience in the bedroom and you're crying? Not because of you hurt or anything like that, but just everything is just working together perfectly, and then it triggers that euphoria that just brings you to tears.
Cena
Who's
says,
had it?
Cena says, 17 years in, we've never had that. I started it and then my day went. Oh,
Then she talking about her
okay.
day.
Oh yeah, okay. That's a different comment. Jay says, I thought y'all knew I started fights on purpose and it turned into Mr. and Mrs. Smith. What Brad Pitt say, ask me a Sigs question. 10. 10. Ashley, what's going on?
Jay says, I watched it. I think me and Rob have some questions. We'll fire the questions too.
Jay says, I ain't never cried though.
Hey, Ashley. Yeah. Ashley said never. Are we lone wolves here?
It's
Renee
gotta
said
be
never.
real.
I must be doing something wrong.
I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to do that ever again. Like, don't get me wrong.
Russell was like, what's wrong with me?
I was not crying like that. Well, it wasn't that. No, I wasn't. I was like, yo, what is happening? Ooh. It was just a different feeling. I don't know. I felt it. You ever felt awkward like the next day? Like you ever?
Well, that's how I always feel. You're like, oh, it's okay, it's fine, don't be embarrassed.
Well, that's when it's you. That's when it's you. It's like, yo, you good? And plus me, like afterwards, I feel like I just really did something special. Like when she reduced the tears, I went there and say like, don't even trip, babe. It's normal. Don't feel bad. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do.
And that's how he really be too. But when the shoe was
But
on
when
the
it's
other
me,
foot,
it's awkward the next day. Like, hey, you want some juice? You want some juice? I'm gonna go buy Big B. You want a drink? You want a drink?
Ashley says she's never even heard of no one else sobbing. Colleen says you are definitely the exception. I don't think many couples take the time to learn each other like you two have. Maybe that's what it is. Marcina says my daughter's father actually wanted me to cry and I refused. He was flattered by it. Quite weird. It's weird if you expecting that.
How come you don't cry? What? What are you trying to do to me, sir? What? Don't request that.
I never expected. And the first time that it happened, it really just like, I think it was a mix of being completely overwhelmed and being embarrassed. Like, cause boo, why are you crying? But it be like that sometimes. Like I now know, cause I had to Google it, right?
Yeah.
So it is free. It's more common for people who don't express that emotion regularly in their regular lives. So people who usually are pent up or hold back emotions tend to be the ones when all of those things are going on in your body at the same time that it gets to the point where you just have an emotional release. Sometimes it's pleasure filled, but sometimes it's just like I've been pent up so much that all the things that were stopping me before, like all of my inhibitions are gone now and I release. I think that's me.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. The first time it happened, I was like, I gotta leave because I thought she was hurt. I was like, I don't know what I did, but she hurt. Okay, I don't know what happened, but I'm like, are you okay? Hey, did I do something wrong?
And that's the thing too. Like, it's not like a regular cry, like a just you got tears coming out. You
like,
just seen a sad movie.
It's like
it's literally like sobbing, but with a smile on your face.
Yeah, and the first time you weren't talking, you weren't responding. You were just actively weeping. I'm like, are you okay?
Talk to me.
I started looking around. Are you good? All right, I gotta go.
But so Marcina says, cry because it's so good. No, sir. Not to take anything away from the quality of it because it's amazing. But I don't think that's it. I don't think you're crying because it's so good.
It's just a release.
Yeah, it's just a release. Like
all those chemicals that are released when you have a happy cry or a sad cry, whatever it is. Like when you hold it in, when you have that release of endorphins, it opens up those. It's like I've seen people get massages and have that where they store a lot of stress in certain parts of their body, and they could be getting a massage, and they have a breakthrough in that place where they hold stress, and they just are reduced to tears on a massage table. I saw that.
Ashley says, wait, this happened more than once. And Marcina says, no, that's what that clown wanted. Oh, yeah, no, he's just toxic. I'm glad you left that situation because that's just a mess. But yeah, Ashley, it has happened more than once, fortunately or unfortunately.
It's just part of our lives now. It's just a part of
It
our
has
lives.
not happened for him more than once.
Yeah.
Like that, the makeup session was the first time that this ever happened for
And the
Russell.
last.
It ain't the last.
It's the last. Hey, really quick, shout Sierra. We know you got to sit this one out. Praying for you. Asthma, yo, that is a rough one. But you know, we love you. You're our sister, and we're praying for you. The whole community. Say a prayer for Sierra and B. Yep.
Nurse Margie says, sounds like to me both of y'all souls is literally intertwined. So you both literally felt each other's emotions almost on a spiritual level. I think y'all reached another level of unification.
Come on.
That's another level of vulnerability.
Come on. Well, I want to see what else we can unlock. You know what I'm saying? What other levels can we take?
Seriously.
I'm so serious. I want to see what else. What else can we do that ain't never been done?
It's quite the experience. I don't know if I recommend or don't recommend, but I do think that it just is a testament to how close we are and how comfortable we feel with each other in that space. But I think too, it was just a lot of emotions right before then. Like I was upset. He was trying to figure out why I was upset. We had this deep conversation, trying to get on the same page, and then we finally reached a consensus in our argument, and then that just translated over to the session. So
absolutely,
it was quite amazing. It was a time.
All right, so
but that was not what the episode was about.
No, it wasn't. Before we actually go into what the episode was about, I thought of a new segment literally sitting here before we hit play. I wish I would have ran this over by you.
I wish you would have too.
I know, but I need you to just trust me. If this is a terrible segment, she had nothing to do with this. It's all on me. But the last episode, I introduced a anonymous remark from this group that I follow. And it just creates the best conversations. And I always read them like, oh, this would be such a good topic. So I want to just start bringing these to the kickbacks just for us to talk about. I'll do one or two, however it goes. We'll see. I might never do it again, depending on how it goes over. But I find these incredibly interesting, and I think there's so many people just going through stuff. And
we're gonna do this before we talk about the episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. We're gonna do this before we talk about the episode. Okay. Anonymous member. Okay. For the third time, I woke up to my partner having sex with me. I finally told him that it was really rapey and weird. Am I wrong? He was offended because I called him a rapist. I need perspective.
First of all, she's dead wrong for calling him a rapist. That's a little...
No, she said that action was rapey.
I'm like, that's a little weird.
She said it's kind of rapey.
And then how hard do you sleep where you can wake up to somebody?
How hard do you sleep? Or how insignificant is his entrance? Because
I have questions.
I got questions, but either way, this is what their experience is. I want to know what you guys think. So for me, I think guys and girls are just different, and I think I don't want to speak for men, but I think most men.
Child.
Oh Lord, it's a bug, a big one. Don't focus on it.
A stink bug.
Oh Lord, I wish you would come over. I wish you would come over here. We're so. I'm so. I wish you would. Okay, should I just go get it? Because I can't focus. All right, y'all. Answer the question.
You gonna have to do something because if it fly over here,
All right.
I'll knock all this stuff over.
Well, you talk to the people, okay?
Yeah, so in my opinion,
This is so
it's
unprofessional.
super weird, and I would not prefer to wake up that way. But to say that he is a predator is a little bit much for me. I don't agree with that. Well, even saying that it's a little rapey, whatever that means. What? Uh-huh. I don't agree with that. I just think that she needs to have a conversation to say that she's not okay with that. Yeah. So sorry for the expedition here with the stink bug, but I don't do bugs very well, so he had to go take care of that because I would have been focused
I'm
on
really
that.
him. And I did it quick. Y'all see
the
that?
whole
Efficient.
segment.
This is what a man does.
But yeah, no, I think it's super weird. Like if I've told you once, like don't do that, I don't like that, then you can't continue to do that action.
Yeah, I think it is a little rapey.
Marcina says, so it's not normal for your spouse to take you up like that or wake you up like that.
So
It's a little different.
So there's a difference between waking up to it being initiated and being waken up in the act. I think that's a different level, right? Like and you got to understand people's perspective, right? If my context, my history, my past, I haven't felt the most secure. Be a little patient with me.
Sorry.
Calm down. If I haven't felt the most secure, if I'm dealing with trauma from being touched in ways I didn't want to be touched, you don't know how people gonna react to that. You have no idea what people's past issues are, right? Yeah. I had a ex who I'm playing around. She was asleep, and I just pulled the covers off, and she jumped up, and I was like, "Yo!" Like. But there was trauma there. I didn't know it. I'm completely innocent and I didn't do anything wrong. But knowing that now, me just taking liberties with someone's space, you know what I mean? Like, you never know what people are dealing with. I guess what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. And I think it's absolutely normal to like wake your spouse up in the middle of the night and then get it on. And it might be like, I wake you up by kissing on your neck or touching on you or rubbing on you. But to actually
how you do
walk
that?
Through the door?
We can't glaze over that. How is that happening?
Like she said, I wake up to him having sex with me.
Yeah.
That's a little much. Like, let me know what's about to happen.
Like, I can't speak for what it's like that from a woman's perspective having sex, but if I just put myself in that mind frame and I just wake, I don't know. Guys are more nasty. I don't know. I feel like I wake up like, whoa, hey, all right now, it's lit. You know what I mean? But I don't know.
But yeah, and how is a girl waking? It's different. I don't think y'all can be woke up to.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's something different psychologically about entering versus having someone enter. I don't know what it's like to be interred, but like it would feel intrusive on the opposite end, I would assume, right?
Yeah, extremely. Like, first, you didn't even give me a chance to like prepare. Like, I'm comatose. Like, if you can get that far,
a deep sleep,
I'm comatose. Like,
that's a
now
really
I'm thinking
deep
you got some type of fetish or something because that's just nasty.
And that's the other part that you can't glaze over. Like, if you're doing it more than once, what is it with you with the? Oh, she doesn't know. Yeah. She's unsuspecting. I'm gonna just you couldn't wake her up first. Like you couldn't touch on a little bit.
Just stop asking questions to people in the Facebook group chat and leave him. If you watching this, please and thank you. So Jay says I'm focused on B's reaction to the bug. Yeah, sorry, I don't do bugs. Colleen says more manly stuff from Russell. LOL.
I'm on a roll. I put in a light switch some time ago. I mowed the lawn. I just killed a bug, you feel me? Man, I'm about to build a deck.
It sounded real pathetic.
I'm about to build us a house. Like, I'm not playing.
Sherelle, hey, girl. Long time no see. Sherelle says, it sounds like he was having a dream and it happened to be you who got. Leanne says, truth. Ashley says, I don't think it's weird. It was a norm. I'm wondering how hard she would sleep. It's your husband.
Who said that?
Ashley. Ashley's on YouTube.
Oh, okay. What did she say?
She said, I don't think it's weird. It was a norm. I'm wondering how hard she would sleep. It's your husband. Marcina says, so if he got to go to work and just wants a quickie, he got to make preparations instead of just turning you over.
Wait, what?
I don't know how hard y'all sleep. Like Russell rolls over in the bed and I'm like, where you going? What's up? What's happening?
And help me with this, women. Your husband, because he's your husband, does he not need to have any sort of consent from you? Like, what if you don't want to? He can just take it when he wants. Is that what I'm hearing?
No.
Because you're asleep. You can't give consent. You might really be enjoying your sleep. You might want your rest. You might have an attitude with him last night, and you don't want to have sex with him.
No, you have
Can
to.
he,
some
because
type
he's
of
your
consent.
husband, he can just enter at any point? How will you? Here's another thing. I don't know. And maybe I need to stay. Can it just be ready? Like, don't you got to do some like warming up? How is it just
I mean, at that
ready?
point, you probably just don't care.
Oh my God. It's painful.
It's
It's a little R-wordy. It's a little R-wordy. I don't know.
I just look at me. Hey, you need some type of consent. Okay.
Listen, the moment you
I
cried,
don't care what nobody else does.
I almost turned myself in when you cried during Zegs. Okay, you don't never got to worry about me
You need some type of
trying
consent.
to hunch on your comatose sleep, and you sleep hard.
I don't sleep hard though.
Shoot.
I don't.
Okay,
You-
all right.
Did you almost cut?
I said shoot. I said shoot.
So Jay says it sounds as it just what? Oh, I'm just gonna. You go ahead and read Jay's comment because I can't.
I'm just as confused and have some more questions because so many different things could be happening than penetrative intercourse. And how does she not know? What if he was trying to wake her up and she was responding to him intimately in her sleep and he thought it was green light?
I think that's a little different, but obviously she's waking up like, "What are you doing? Get up off of me!"
And then the thing is, if she's going to the point of communicating to you that she was uncomfortable and you get offended rather than being like, yo, that wasn't my intent, maybe explaining like, hey, I was rubbing on you and maybe you were asleep, but it seemed like you was giving me a little bit of, I don't know, you gave me a little, roll. I thought it was go time, but okay. Stacey says, yep, just turn me over. Let me feel it. Let's go. Wow. All right.
All right.
Okay.
So I guess to each his own. Nurse Margie says, that's very strange. At least wake me up with a kiss. I would feel violated, to be honest. Marcina says, exactly. Why is she sleeping that hard? And she also says, we don't go to bed with attitudes. Jay says, question. So how are you supposed to initiate morning sex and she sleep?
You wait for her to wake up.
Or wake her up.
Or you wake her up. Like, there's things you can do. Like, if you are roused in the morning, right, and you're ready, you how do I say this without violating my cloth? I'm trying to. You put your body against hers, okay? You wake her up. You feel her. You touch her. She can wake up in a way that lets her know, oh, he trying to get it popping. Like, you can do that. You don't have to like. I'm horny. I'm just gonna slide it in.
Roll over.
Get these panties down. Let me see if I can get them down without waking her up.
Yeah, now see, that's another question. How would she sleep?
Listen, maybe she just sleeps really hard. Maybe
No, but I mean, like, it's clothing wise.
maybe she's on her stomach.
Because like, if you strategically are maneuvering things off of me in an effort to not wake me up,
Maybe she sleeps
that's
naked.
a little. Now I agree with her.
Maybe like you had look. Either she sleep really hard or you was working really hard to initiate this before she woke up. Either way, it's like there's so many things you could have did either or. And I'm not saying everybody's different. Like, this is very subjective to who you are, what your boundaries are, and what are your approaches to sex. But I think when she expresses, hey, I'm uncomfortable with that, to you, don't get offended, just adjust. Like, you mad because you can't have sex with a sleep body? I don't understand.
Leanne says, I've never been married, but most definitely your partner/spouse needs consent. Ashley says, y'all will sleep. Roll over, wake me up. Let's finish and see you after work. It was 17 years for us. It was normal. Marcina says,
Who said that?
Ashley.
Okay.
Marcina says, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. I don't even know what that means as it pertains to that act. Danielle says she needs to give us more details on this story. Ashley says, now, if she don't like it and asks to stop, then stop. But I never thought it was weird. Sherelle says, ain't nobody that asleep. See, so what happened was she didn't want to, and she was pretending like she was asleep, and he was like, you about to get it anyway. Her little trick didn't work, and now she upset.
Excuse me, I'm asleep.
I know that trick. She was like, oh, I'm going to just pretend that I'm asleep real hard, and he going to leave me
God.
alone. Tricked you.
Oh my goodness. Too
Okay,
funny.
that was a good one. I don't know if I can make it a regular thing, but it was adorable.
Yeah, we got more of them.
Ashley says we will have this conversation again in a few years. I think the answer will be different. Wait. I think what that mean? No, actually, Renee's just laughing. Yeah, that was a good topic. I think it's a little weird for me. I would not like to be woke up with someone inside of me. That just don't sound like a good time. I want to be prepared. I want to be able to reciprocate. I want to be able to participate. And if I'm half asleep and I'm just waking up like, oh, okay. I think it would turn me off, honestly. I think it would.
Yeah. Jay says, I'm all for the Kevin Hart voice, Russ. What did she do? I'm here for it. Yeah, like, and once again, this is so subjective. Like, it really depends on the boundaries you have with your partner. And most of the time, if you and you and your partner are connected sexually, you have a great dynamic sexually, they know the boundary. They know what is going to fly over and what's not. And I think that should be the case. So if you're in a marriage and that's perfectly within the bounds, I don't think there's a right or a wrong. I think you just got to have a conversation, have an understanding of, hey, this is my boundary, or this is how I like it initiated for your own understanding, for y'all to be able to flow like that and avoid the issue, which clearly he missed some stuff.
Yeah.
She ain't like that. She in Facebook.
She didn't like it.
She in Facebook talking to strangers about it anonymously. Y'all, let me tell you what my husband did last night. I can't tell nobody who I know for real, but I'm gonna tell y'all. Sad.
I think what it amazes me is how many people are willing to anonymously tell their business to Facebook. That's a whole nother topic, but like,
I have so many. Like, that's just
they is not the experts. Like,
I'm telling y'all.
Call you a therapist, boo. Y'all need to go sit down at couples counseling. Do not be asking these people on Facebook.
I be in that group like, what are y'all going through in the world? Sherelle says, right, ask me when I'm married.
Oh, Ashley said, I meant to say y'all answers might be different. Marcina said, what does 1 Corinthians 7:3 mean?
I don't have that one memorized.
Well, put it up. Sherelle says, right, ask me when I'm married. Tamika says, I'm married and the motivation dies down. Subconsciously knowing that you're going to see that person every day because if I'm tired, I'm tired. We can reconvene on the next time.
The husband should.
She said actually 7 to 4.
The husband should fulfill his marital duty to his wife, and likewise the wife to her husband. Let me read the contemporary English version because that break it down really just. Husbands and wives should be fair with each other about having sex. That's the contemporary English version. I'm not saying she should deny him. I'm just saying there's nothing wrong with, hey, babe.
It ain't nothing wrong with asking my permission before you
I'm not saying like turn them down. I'm just saying you can't wake her up first. You got to surprise her with the D. I got you. I didn't know that.
Can't go nowhere now. Huh?
Yeah, wake up.
Yeah, that just
like get up. You know what I'm saying? Listen, how y'all get down is how y'all get down. Ain't no judgment over here. The marital bed is undefiled.
Period.
Have it your way. Burger King. I'm just saying, know your partner. Know your partner, know what's good. And yeah, I'm an open book. I'm game. If she was down, that's what you want. I'll surprise you. Look, I'll surprise you. You know?
Don't do that.
But I know my partner. I know that I can see her waking up. What's happening?
I'm going to throw blows. I'm going to be elbowing and kicking and screaming.
Them glasses going to be off. She's going to be blind. She ain't going to know who there.
Don't do that to me.
Who wanted with lean?
Then because I'm already gonna feel like I can't move. Like, yeah, I'm good. Nope, yeah. I'm too violent for that. Sherelle says, "What group is this?"
I can't give y'all my source because I don't want y'all in my group. This is my thing. Okay, you're not welcome. Find it on your own. This is my happy place. Okay.
Jay also says maybe it was trash and she was tired of playing possum to make him stop. So she's just he wasn't getting a hint.
I'm posting. I'm editing this and I'm posting it in the group under the video. I'm gonna post this in the comment section. Like, hey y'all, talk about this on the podcast.
Here you go. Here's your answer.
Have at it.
Renee says, keep your eyes closed and go for what you know. Absolutely not. That is it's such a violation. And Marcina says, Lord, Brandy Devers never. No, he can without telling too much of our business, like the other day, like, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, I was barely woke. Like I was probably tossing and turning and he started to get close to me. And touch me in all the right places. So I was able to wake up and be like, all right, let's go. But I don't ever just want to be laid on my side. And then the next thing I know,
what's happening?
it's in there. Like that don't sound good to me.
Yeah. Listen, once again, I'm not judging nobody. And I don't think there's a right or a wrong. It's just based on how you like it served.
And I sleep with my booty next to Russell. So if you that might be the first orifice you see. Like, don't, because you can't get the other one without maneuvering me some kind of way.
Too much information.
No, it's not.
It's TMI.
I'm answering her question.
And no one said about no booties.
No, but I'm saying
no one said anything about
what
that.
I'm saying is the position that I sleep. Like, unless you were literally physically turning me over and doing the stuff, that's the only thing that you're gonna get the way I sleep. And I would really be pissed if you tried that. I'm sorry. No, it's not for me.
I'm letting you
maybe I got
some
some subconscious back there where I had an experience, I don't know, that I can't recall or something, but it just feels very.
No, you're not.
I agree with her now. I'm on that side now. It feels kind of rapey. It feels like.
I'm saying, like, everybody's different. Everybody's different. Everybody got their own thing. Different strokes for different folks. Okay, no one's judging.
Just like, girl, she said, hit it from the back. No.
Oh, Lord.
No.
Okay.
Not if I sleep.
Maybe we shouldn't do this segment. It's going. I don't even know how to transition into what we was talking about now. Hold on.
Not in my sleep.
So
I got a good way to transition it. So if you tell your partner he can't do that, like, I don't want that, but he wakes up with these urges, is it okay for him to?
Yeah. So on the flip side, say you wake up and your partner is next to you watching pornography and
handling his business,
his
or her business, because ladies do it too.
Would you be upset about that? Is that okay? Is that not okay? Would you rather just get the don't wake me up, go for what you know? I'd rather, what would be preferred?
Wake me up.
Wake me up before you go.
If you can't wake me up and you
have your phone on, having a solo. Wake me up.
I just feel like
you go.
I'm gonna just let you have that whole thing.
I felt like I ate.
You ate.
No
left
crumbs.
No crumbs.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. It's fine.
No, it's yeah. I'm gonna let y'all answer this. For me, I mean, I'd rather. I'm weird this way. I'd rather be with another person than handle it by myself. So I'm gonna try to initiate it.
Sherelle says yes, but why wasn't I invited? Rude.
Yes, you're okay with it?
Yes, I think that's what she's saying.
No, yes, I'll be mad because why wasn't I invited?
Oh, okay.
Rude. Okay.
And then Jay says, nope, I'm assisting and we finishing the movie together.
Yeah, I'm nasty in this daggone.
Marcina says, I'm his special movie, so I just get woke up with it.
Period.
I think watching would feel like a violation to me. Like, don't watch it. Like, use your memories that you got stored up in your head and go for what you know. If I'm just like unwakeable.
So for those of you guys who are married and those of you guys who are single, but I want to know what your thoughts are on this. In terms of marriage, where do you feel like masturbation, I'm trying not to say the word.
Touching yourself, playing with yourself, how do you feel like fits into a marital relationship? Do you feel like it has a place? Solo play in a marriage, do you feel like it has a place, or do you feel like it does not? Danielle says she is not okay with it. Marcina says, yeah, we don't even watch that. Never have. Same here. Jay says, Alexa, play Dance for You by Beyonce. Yo, you getting about the man to do all that?
So take out the porn part, because maybe that's not a part of it, but I want to more focus on the solo aspect of it, with a little bit of emphasis on the assistance with pornography. But I think that takes it to a different place when you start incorporating that stuff. But I'm just curious, what do you guys think?
So we spend a lot of time talking about our personal journeys with self-discovery. And I think this number one, let's just put a disclaimer out there that the conversation is important because this is real life for a lot of people. And yes, we are fully standing in our Christianity and talking about touching yourself, the highs and the lows, the goods and the bads, because people are people and everybody has a story that has to relate to this, whether you choose to or whether you choose not to, and your reasons behind that. Both of us have come to the understanding that that is not something that we engage in our marriage. And both of us have our own personal reasons, nothing to do with how each other feels about it, but our own personal reasons because of our journey with personal discovery. That's what we're going to call it.
Yeah. And I feel like just as it relates to not marriage per se, but believers, people who profess to love Jesus and say like, okay, this is how I live my life. Like me growing up in church, there were these areas that the Bible doesn't explicitly speak about. Like you won't find nothing about marijuana there, but marijuana is dispensed on every corner. So it's like, okay, for the believer, what we do with this, right? They didn't have pornographic material. I'm killing these, not saying the word. They didn't have pornographic material in biblical days. So it's like, okay, what do we do with this? Because that's not in there. They only have one thing that kind of speaks to self-play, masturbation in the Bible, and it doesn't even completely say that, you know what I mean?
Spilling your seed.
Yeah, spilling your seed, right? So it's like, yo, there's so much that we gotta like base our faith and belief on, based on just getting to know God, what convicts you, like, you know what I mean? So we talked about it in the episode. For you guys who have not seen it, please go check it out. It's such a dope episode. I love the fact that we talk about stuff that I can hear nobody else speaking on. And in our space of talking about relationships, for me, as someone who was introduced to pornographic material at an early age, it's been a part of my relationship with sex for a long time. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I had to retrain my mind, because if you start watching that when you are a child, and that's been your experience with sex all the way up until you're a grown man. You know, I was 18 years old, you know, when I lost my virginity. Now I have to reframe that. Now I'm still like, yo, I'm still more comfortable with this. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, this felt great. Don't get me wrong, but I don't got no pressure over here. You know, like when I want, I can have it. I don't got to wait for nobody to be in the mood. Like, I can see what I want to see at any point. Like, whatever my mind can think of, I can find it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that type of freedom sexually is easy to get sucked into. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to get pulled into. That does not translate to a realistic dynamic with a woman. Because she not always gonna do all the stuff that you think of, you know. And when you get so heightened on sex, and that's your ceiling, and it keeps getting pushed up higher and higher, then normal sexual scenarios don't do it for you. If 5 days out the week I'm watching I don't know, horses and midgets and and I don't know, whatever, you know, plushies, I don't know. But if that's what I'm watching, now when I'm sitting here, it's like, it's
just okay.
Yeah, like where's the midgets? You know what I'm saying? Like it's a weird dynamic to get used to.
Yeah, I'm gonna read some comments before I chime in. So Christina Thompson says, maybe when your partner is away. Sherelle says, I feel like it's rude. Don't touch it without me. Haha.
I fear missing out.
Sherelle says, I have a fear of missing out. Ashley over on YouTube says, I don't see why you wouldn't need to play with yourself. That's what each other are for. Marcina says, we don't do that solo. We do self-discovery together. Brittany says, sometimes one person in the couple works nights and you got to do what you got to do. Danielle says, I agree with Sherelle. Sherelle says, I can't spill no seeds though. Just K. I'm working on stopping LOL. I want to entrust that area of my life fully to God. Amen. Amen.
So Brittany brings up a really good point, right? Like there's these realities of when your body is calling and there's no one there to respond, right? We work 2 different schedules. I'm a married woman. I got needs, right? And this is where, for me, now, I'm no professional. I don't have the absolute authority on this, nor do I have the answer. This is just my perspective, and it could be wrong. Our platform is about us just saying what we think. And if there's a better perspective, please let us know, because we're figuring this thing out as we go. Okay. So for me, this is where you really have to be in tune with yourself second and with God first, right? And when that is the case, you'll be guided by your convictions and what feels right, what doesn't feel right, right? So if you are in your alone time, is what we'll call it, and afterwards you just, you like feel like, I don't, and you'll know, right? Like after you relieve yourself, if the resounding feeling is like, you're like, I don't know, that just didn't feel right. You start feeling a conviction about it. That's when you know, like, there might be something here that might not be healthy for me spiritually, right? As somebody who, you know what I mean? Like, I travel, you know what I'm saying? I was in DC for a couple nights. I was in the hotel room like, I wish Brandy was here. You know what I'm saying? Now, if like, as a married man, if she was like, sent me a nasty video or like a picture or something, right? And I'm like, whoo, it's go time. For me as a married man, I don't think I'll feel conflicted about that, because my sexuality is with my wife, right? And if my thoughts in my mind are with her, and you know what I mean, I don't think I'll feel convicted about that. But if I go to Cornhub or www whatever, and I'm sharing that with Pinky or whoever you know what I'm saying? Now that's messing with me, because now this isn't something that's with my wife. It's now defiled because I'm sharing this with whoever is putting lust in my heart, or whoever I'm lusting in my heart for.
I have an opposite perspective of
For
that to Brittany's point. Like she says, if the person works nights or y'all on opposite shifts, I think that when and we talked about this on the episode, but when our nature arises, I think the instant thought in our minds is that we have to satisfy that, right? That is an indication of what is driving you, which is your body, your flesh, your desires. For me, my husband being gone a couple of days does not mean I have an excuse to now touch myself, because I have a need that arises. My fulfillment comes from my relationship, my sexual relationship with him. So even if I do that, I feel like I'm cheating myself, right? I don't want to fall victim to just because I feel like I need to do it, I'm going to do it, and then he ain't here, so I have a leeway to go do that. For me, it just means that part of me needs to be under subjection. So it does arise. It does come up. I do get horny when he's away, but I'm going to talk myself like, okay, he'll be back in a couple days. We're not going to go do that, because I don't want to be led by those fleshly desires to the point to one day I feel the need and he's not around and I really need to be satisfied. So now I'm looking for another source for that. So for me, if he's not around and I get the desire has to die, period. That's where I stand for me. I do understand though that that's not the case for everybody. Read some comments. Marcina.
Yeah, I got it. Marcina, for me, the anticipation makes it all the better. I worked night shift for 25 years, 17 years with him. We waited, and it was really intense. Laugh. You guys start putting the laugh emoji, okay? Stand 10 toes behind on your comment. The laugh emoji is like, nah, you mean that. Christopher Robinson left a bunch of weird emojis. What is this, sir? Hard eyes? Huh? What are you commenting on? I got to mess with him. That's my dog. Jay, I don't know. That's a tough one. Because if your partner is doing a bid, travel for work, and is gone for extended periods of time in the military, etc., you're just supposed to wait and not do anything.
Yeah, you signed up for that.
Once again, I feel like everyone has to take an account for their body, their desires, right? So I don't have an like absolute on this, but I will say that if you feel like you're led by your impulses in your body in any area, you gotta put an exact, like, to me, you got to put effort in to bring that into subjection. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying what you're saying is right or wrong. I think it's extremely difficult. In full transparency, in my first marriage, this was a huge issue. Like just the difference in libido, right? Where I ain't got too
You're not there. You're not went there.
But I'm talking about. I don't want to do that. That's extended periods of time.
You didn't already say how long before, babe.
I don't remember. Either way, don't push me. Just very long periods of time without sex, right? So I get it. So to just say, yo, you got to bring your body into subjection, even if that's truth, it dang sure ain't easy. It's like it's extremely difficult in every area, especially that one, because I can't think of anything that feels that great. I never smoked crack and none before.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to think of like just something that probably would, feel as great as sex.
At least let it be something positive. Jeez.
No. There's only a few things that make people crazy like that. It's sex and it's drugs. Okay. They be out on the street selling everything for that. People live their whole lives in pursuit of just flesh and pleasing the body. In any regard.
Tamika says she's absolutely right. Marcina says the laughing emoji was an accident that time because she's so used to it on her keyboard. She says, well, that escalated quickly. Yikes, crack, Renee says. Yeah, it was a bad example.
Listen, name me something that's better than sex.
Feeling the Holy Spirit feels kind of good, but
I ain't never heard no cracks. People on crack, I don't hear them talk about sex. All I hear them talk about is crack. So it's got to be a good time.
Jay says, "Dang, we just skipped over all the other hard drugs and went straight to crack, huh?" JK. I understand what you're saying though. Sherelle says he took it there. Renee said food.
Nah, I ain't never had no food that good.
I agree.
What food you done had?
I love food.
You so.
No.
I ain't gonna go there.
Yeah, so my perspective obviously is just for me, which is why I said that. And it's very.
What food is better than sex?
It pertains a lot to the experiences, that I've had with masturbation. I also think another avenue would be if my spouse was just unable to, like he fell sick or he physically was unable to do that, and we had a conversation and agreement about what to do from that point on, because I do know that that's the reality for people too. Like maybe something happened and now they're just unable to perform like that. Does that mean you go the rest of your life without, or do you agree to some type of manual stimulation in order to fulfill those desires while your partner is still manual? That's what it is.
So we got some comments. Jay says, I don't know, but brandy peach cobbler cake come close.
Ashley on YouTube says, I love that, Brandy. I agree. Leanne said shoes. I ain't met no shoes that
I ain't had no food or no shoes that compare.
But you know what? I almost feel that Q-tip in the ear when you're trying to clean your ear and it's really itchy. That might be the next best thing.
Yeah, I feel bad for y'all. Y'all don't be feeling sex the way it's supposed to be felt. It's clear. Jay says, no, Stacy says, what if it's phone sex with your significant other? Cool. I think when we talk about marriage, I think whatever y'all decide to do or however y'all get down, green light. Like if y'all in the covenant, like do your thing. That's where I stand at. I don't condemn nothing.
Yeah, and I've definitely sent Russell some material that I just didn't expect him to just watch and laugh or smile at. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, the dog's barking. I sent him something with the intention that he was going to do something with it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying it's outside of the realm of possibility when you're in a marriage to do those things. I'm just saying for me personally, because I had been to a point where I'm leaving work and cutting out of important things to go do that. So now I feel like for me, it's just a boundary that I've set for myself that, look, just because you feel it don't mean you have to satisfy it when he's not there.
In response to the phone sexting, Marcina says, that sounds prison-ish, but no judgment from me. That's because y'all be up at each other all the time. Y'all got to get some space between y'all, okay?
Not prison-ish.
One of y'all got to travel or something. Go out, get out the state or something. When you with someone that moves and shakes, sometimes you got to get it how you live.
Jay said, I ain't smoking no crack for her cake, but I might snort some Kool-Aid or something. Just a mess. Marcina says, y'all wild.
Renee says, yes. I don't know to what she said. But
Sherelle says, ain't no burger never made me shudder. I know that's right.
I'm like, what kind of food? First of all, maybe I'm not eating the right food, or maybe I'm not having the right sex. But either way, it's a stretch, okay? It's a real stretch.
Marcina said, actually, she's gone all the time. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you be right back home. Don't do that.
Yeah, so we had a long conversation about that, about governing yourself accordingly and not falling victim to your fleshly desires, because I do believe if you open the gate to that, now this is universal, if you open the gate to always satisfying your urges every time you feel the need, if your partner is not available and self manipulation ain't getting it, what's your next outlet? What's your next avenue? Just logically in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, now you need a body to satisfy that. And if your partner is not available, what body are you going to? Because you're so used to satisfying that urge every time you feel it. I just think that if that is your outlet for that when your partner isn't available, like, you might want to consider how you handle that when that urge is calling you and the things that you normally do aren't satisfying it.
Yeah, and we're not saying that everyone who participates in that is gonna
Renee
go
said
cheat
a sneaky link. Exactly. See, that's a problem.
And we're not saying that everyone who participates in that is gonna go cheat on a spouse.
No,
That's not
that's
what we're
not,
saying.
no.
But what we are saying, and we're trying to connect the dots on, is that when your body determines your actions, sometimes it's hard to draw the line, because if you train your mind that when your body calls, you respond, because you gotta like feed the impulse. That's a hard impulse to shut off, right? Because what happens when you're in a season of your relationship where your spouse don't do it for you? Like, if we just being real, like, that's a reality that happens. Your libido changes. There's always a shift in the libido where the woman spikes and the man's drops at a certain stage of life. Now you're used to training this impulse and he's uninterested sexually. You feel unseen. You feel like he doesn't desire you. And the young boy at the job is bringing you Popeye strawberry biscuits at work and coffee. And you're like, oh, I like him. You know what I'm saying? He gets you going. And now the source of that feeling, the source of that impulse isn't your spouse. Now the source of the impulse is this person who you're developing attraction for. There is some correlation between that and how you train your body to respond to its desires. So it's just something to consider. It's definitely something to think about. And I think that the episode was just a really dope conversation to have. So if you haven't heard it, go check it out.
Tamika says, what stage is this? So all the experts, not all the experts, but experts will tell you that, like, once you're at 50, a woman's sex drive starts to heighten and a man starts to decrease. So in a relationship, like, right, you got to address that. When my sex drive is kicking in the overdrive and yours is dwindling down, how do we reconcile that? So that's all the research that we have done, and the people that we have talked to say that, like, right at 50, that's when that change starts to happen.
Yeah. So it can be tricky to navigate. I mean, I haven't had to do that yet, but there's a lot of conversation around it. There's a lot of studies on it. And there's been a lot of people who documented have issues in their marital bed around that season. So yeah.
Marcina says, you have the conversation and tell them when it's not enough. Jay says, so if your spouse partner clones it for you and give you the green light, is it considered that act and the change is happening?
Clones what?
Clone, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Marcina
says, like making a mold of you.
Marcina says that happens after 35. I am not 50. Well, maybe it'll get worse once you hit 50. No, and I will agree with for me personally, I believe that it happens much sooner. So I'm 38, and my sex drive now, and it could be because I'm in a committed relationship marriage, but my sex drive now is nothing like what it used to be when I was in my 20s. I was just like, okay, whatever. If you want to do it, that's fine. I never really had the desire to be up under somebody like that. Now, it's a little different.
Well, that's because it's me, though.
Marcia said, girl, if it gets worse, Frog gonna die. He would die a happy man, I'm sure. Jay says, yes, Mold, they have kits for you to do that now. I've actually seen that.
I'm here for it. You let me go on tour with Kirk Franklin. I'm going to be gone for a couple months.
You are not molding my vagina. I'm going to be right there with you. Call me, and Kirk, you're going to have to talk to him about flying me out because you was not molding my vagina and going to the bathroom and doing nothing.
Send me with the mold.
Absolutely not.
Send me with the mold and some pictures.
Absolutely not.
Look here.
But again, I think like. that falls under whatever y'all agree on. Like, obviously, your spouse is your partner is consenting if they mold themselves and they like, yeah, it's cool, take it on the road with you.
Why why was that? Like, you ain't getting no mold. What is that?
Nah, you ain't get no mold.
Why is that like a?
It's not I feel like the alternative is if you feel it like I need to come. Hey, babe, catch the red eye.
That's not realistic.
It is realistic. If you on tour with Kirk Franklin, you done made it.
It's not real. You got 5 kids. Are they coming too?
No, they gotta get babysitters. Michael is of age.
He's going to college.
They got grandparents and they got other parents.
Give me the mold.
You're not getting no mold.
Try to see what that be like.
You ain't getting no mold. Anyway, so yeah, that was the crux of the episode. Please check it out, like Russell said, if you haven't. We had a time. It was a good episode, I think. And it was I'll say it again, a very much needed conversation, especially for those who are in the Christian space and trying to navigate what that should or should not look like, especially like when you have people telling you that is wrong. But I said it in the episode. When I first came to this life, I was very much so, show me the scripture. Show me where Jesus said that. Like Russell said, show me the red letters where he say, thou shalt not masturbate.
He ain't say don't smoke crack either, but I don't think he would get a green light on that. It didn't say don't smoke.
I'm not advocating for it. I'm just saying that was because nobody was having a conversation about it except for to tell you not to do it, right? But I felt like I was in a space where I, quote unquote, needed to do it.
I'm going to be honest. Rather than hearing don't do it, I've just not heard conversations about it. I think people just kind of steer clear from it. It's like, I don't know. I'm just going to leave that alone because I don't got no like definitive thing. But it's like, just talk, had a conversation.
Yeah, y'all know that's not what we do here. So it came up in one of our personal conversations. So we was like, yeah, let's talk about that because either people aren't talking about it or the people who are talking about it are telling you shouldn't do that and your hand gonna fall off or you can shoot your eye out if you do.
You'll go blind.
Yeah. Like, is that really realistic? No, my hand still ain't fell off yet. So I need somebody to talk to me and tell me if you're telling me not to do it, give me the reasons why instead of trying to take a scripture and make it something that it really ain't. Like, just tell me why. Tell me why governing my flesh is important for me as a Christian. That's the conversation that we need to be having. And that's the conversation that we wanted to bring to our platform. So I hope that it helps somebody and that y'all got something from it.
Absolutely. Number one, thank y'all so much. We appreciate you guys, our faithfuls, our first time listeners. Thank you so much for joining us live and participating in the chat. As always, we'll be back on Tuesday with a new episode, and we'll be back Wednesday with another kickback.
I hate to step on your outro, but we didn't open up for questions, but Jay asked the question that I think is worth talking about. So he says, so how do you educate your kids when they are in the age of self-discovery, especially boys? Do you want to take that from the dad perspective or you want to give me what?
So for me, I think I got bombarded with this. So for instance, when I came up, the natural age of where we begin exploring sexuality, I think was a lot older. But I think with cell phones, the search internet, bar, the internet, and the ability to see what you want to see, it's a lot earlier now. So I recall having had the conversation with my son, just based on the YouTube search bar, just like, huh? Okay, we got to talk about this. And I think it takes sticking to the information. Like, I think for me, the mistake I made was trying to talk about it in a way that in my mind he can receive it versus just talking about it in the way that it needs to be talked about. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you're, what do I call it? Your PP, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Embarrassing.
like, I didn't do that, but I'm just saying, like, you just got to have the conversation, because while you're trying to introduce it in a way that is what you think is palatable, the world is introducing it to them in a way that is just raw and uncut. And if that is their introduction into that subject, it's going to be taken every which way. I'm worried about this next generation and how they view sex, because it's just the things that they're subjected to, the things that they have seen many times before they even have sex. The visual that they have of that, it's like, oh, that's what you really think that looks like. Mm-hmm. In your mind, that's what you think this is what it means to be with a woman or to be with a man. And that's a scary thought.
Yeah, I think for me, my introduction to parenting also happened at a time where the internet was booming and everything was at your hand. So I've always had a conversation with my oldest about sex since, like, they said they sent the thing home and, like, we're gonna start talking about it in school. I didn't want the first place for him to hear about it be in school. So I had a conversation with him. Now, of course, he was a young boy. So he's like, Mom, please stop talking about that. So what? The door that I left open was basically like, if you're having feelings, if there's something that you want to know, like, I want you to feel comfortable coming to me. But the reality is he had probably learned about all of that stuff before just by watching YouTube and whatever other site. So my guidance to him was just like, look, it's natural and it's normal to feel these things and to explore your body in different ways. It is your body and you have to be able to govern it accordingly. If you feel things, I would rather you have to come have a conversation with me versus sneak and do stuff. But I was never going to have the conversation like, it's okay for you to masturbate. Like, that was beyond my level of parenting with him. Like, I wasn't going to say that, but I tried to keep the door open enough so that if he felt something or if he felt conflicted about something that was happening in his body, that he felt like he could come to me and talk to me about it.
For sure. All right, I already gave the outro. I feel like it needs to be had again. And since you went back into it, I'm going to let you take it away.
Well, as long as there are not any more questions, we're going to end the actual recording. But if there's something that comes up, we can still talk about it after we get off. So catch us on Tuesday when the next episode drops. And always remember that we love love.
And y'all should love love too.
Peace out.
Peace. Oh, the store is closing. The store is closing. If you want merch, you got to the end of May, okay? Last call for your hoodies, your coffee mugs, and your sweatshirts. If you want a hoodie or something, the time is now. Forgot to mention that, but wanted to make sure I did. We do love love, and y'all should love love too again. And there's hoodies that say that too if y'all want them. So, all right. Bye. All right, bye. All right, y'all.
Hey, y'all. So we out of here. Thank you, Marcina. You have a good night, too.